there, my name's Charlie and welcome to my channel, and today I've got my sister here. This is my big sister Emily, and today, as you watch this, it's her birthday. So, happy birthday Emily, I love you in the future Emily. This is all timey-wimey stuff. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through, like, I've got like a few like questiony things. She's looked at my bookshelves, and we're gonna. I'm going to talk about some
heaven.
And I'm going to talk about. Oh, thank you. And then we're going to talk about some of the books that she picked off my shelves and that I've kind of recommended to her. And then we've each picked each other one specific book to sort of like lend each other. We can't bear to like give them to each other, but we're going to lend them to each other. So okay, so we'll get started. So my sister's name is Emily. Yeah, and she's my elder sister by 3 years. So yay! And we've got in my family. I don't know if I think I've told you guys, but some of you might not know this. I've got a younger sister called Vicky, and a younger brother called Gary, and obviously an elder sister called Emily. Now we're going to just start jumping into the video. So this is what book I've got written down some notes, obviously. I've got, what books do you remember reading as a child? So you can start.
I think I remember reading, obviously the, now I'm thinking now, I think my certain favourite, I loved the Malory Towers books. I loved all of the books about like boarding schools and things like that, because it was like escaping from a different world. They were really good. And the Faraway Tree books, oh my goodness, they were so good. The Faraway Tree books are amazing. Yeah, we used to read a lot as a child, so I think there's like certain books we remember as children, like the Faraway Tree and things.
Bramley Hedge.
Yep, all of them.
Also, I loved Heidi. Heidi was another one. I don't think I've spoken about Heidi much, but by Johanna Spyri, and I loved that book. I had a copy, and it was like, I remember saving up for it, and it was like an edition with like all of the books in, like, because I think there's more than one Heidi story, and I just loved that book. I reread that book so many times. I have to get myself actually a copy of it, because as a grown-up I would really love to reread it. But yeah, I
think I also like the Worst Witch ones, which actually my daughter's got one of those. Yeah, they're really good. Yeah, definitely. So it was like really cool. Growing up, reading was just like my favourite thing ever, and it was something we all loved, especially me and Charlie.
Yeah, so. Yeah, it's good. And we all read quite a lot.
Yeah, now we've passed it on to our children. Both my children love reading. So hi Mia, hi Thomas.
Oh yeah, hey Mia, hey Tom, hey Dahl and Oscar. Right. It says, what genres do you like and your sibling doesn't? So do you want to start? Okay,
yeah, fine. I love a bit of the old chicky litty. I'm a bit too much into the old romance.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No,
I think there's a lot of snobbery around that genre. And actually, do you know what? Sometimes it's nice to just crack on to a nice old romance book.
But yeah, I think I've sort of changed mine a bit now. I'm more into the mystery books, which I really like the mystery books now. Yeah. And I just like the Hunger Games ones. Yeah. But I know Charlie's not as much
dystopic.
Into... Yeah, dystopic's definitely my new sort of favourite genre that I'm sort of going into. But yeah, Charlie obviously is not really as much into chick lit.
I'm not really as much into romance / chick lit, but I think there are some really good romance stories, like with Love, Simon, which that's another one I should really recommend, but Oscar's reading it, so... yeah, and that's like a love, sort of like a love story, I think. So yeah, I like that kind of thing. So there are like some stories, I think, modern, contemporary books that kind of, I think for me I need something with just more than just the romance. I feel like I need more depth to it than that. But not that there's anything wrong. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Like I said, even you said that you're finding that yourself. That you
I think I've changed now, because I was at one point I was really into like Jenny Colgan books, and like I found them very easy to read. But certainly as time's going on, the more I'm doing my book Instagramming and when I'm doing
we'll link that down below.
Yeah, the more I'm doing things like that, my little blogging, that I'm sort of changing my mind about what sort of books are out there. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, definitely. And in terms of me, things that I like that she doesn't like, I mean, there might be, there's a few different genres, I think, that you, like, I don't know, literary fiction. Some of the literary fiction you don't, but you are getting into literary fiction again. So you said sci-fi, didn't you? Yeah, I don't like them.
I haven't really read that much sci-fi myself, but I am starting to try and read more of that. So I guess that's a genre that you said, like, you didn't.
I'm not into all the picture ones. I'm not really into the picture ones as much.
The picture ones.
The graphic novels. Yeah, the graphic novels. That's something definitely. I know what
picture
I mean.
Picture ones. I didn't.
Sorry.
I don't know. It's me. I'm being thick. Right. So anyway, it says, do you do buddy reads together?
Yes. Now we're starting to.
We did one at Christmas with what was it? Make a Christmas Wish, I think. It was.
Oh god, that was a disaster.
But it wasn't the actual buddy read. Wasn't a disaster, because we loved doing it, and we were like talking to each other and messaging each other like every day, like where we were up to, because we set chapters. and then yeah. But no, so yeah, that wasn't probably the best one to start with, really. But we are planning on doing a Wuthering Heights buddy read in March.
Wait for
the
that.
end of March, we're doing that, aren't we?
Can't wait.
Which I'm super excited for. So yeah,
I think I'd certainly like to do more buddy reading, and I'd like to do more buddy reads with a few more of my friends from
like Bookstagram and stuff. Yeah,
Nichi, hint.
We'll link Nikki's channel down below. I read past my bedtime. Right. So it says, who are some of your favourite authors? You can go.
Well, I'm definitely like my youngest sister, a big Page Toon fan. She's like my absolute favourite of favourite books now. I've also got into Amanda Brooke. I've got one of my favourites down here, Emma Hannigan.
Try not to look.
She's trying not to look. Emma Hannigan.
That's one of the books that she's recommending for me.
Yeah, Amanda Brooke. I think I've read a few Penny Parks, but yeah, I really love Emma Hannigan. She's my new absolute fave. And
it's
Amanda
so hard because like when I was thinking of this, and I think there was someone, I think Nikki tagged me out, actually Nikki, speaking of Nikki, tagged me in a tweet like auto-buy authors. And being honest with you, I don't often read the same author again and again, unless it's for a series. I don't feel like last year in particular, which last year is when I picked up my reading pacing, for those of you who don't know, I don't think I really read repeated amounts of authors. Agatha, so I've written a list. I've got Agatha Christie on the list because I really want to work through Agatha Christie. Jane Austen, I love the books that I've read so far. I've read Emma, Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Persuasion. So I've read
that's the book I've got, The Persuasion. There you
go. There you go. So and I've still got two more to read. I've still got Maxwell Park and I've still got Northanger Abbey. But yeah, Jane Austen, I would say, therefore, is probably one of my favourite authors, other than, obviously, J.K. Rowling, because everyone reads J.K. Rowling. We all love Harry Potter.
I've got the earrings. I'm a major Harry Potter fan.
Other authors, I've got more contemporary authors. I've read a few Marissa Meyer, but again, that like the Lunar Chronicles are on my shelves, so that's a series. I really want to read Patrick Ness and Sophie Anderson's The House of Chicken Legs. That's a middle grade book, but she's releasing a new one and I'm so excited to get it because it's just a really good middle grade book. So,
I want to read Giovanni Fletcher because I've heard a lot about her books and I really want to read some of them. So Charlie's got one of her books I want to read.
Yeah.
When I go to the library, I go to the library really regularly. It's a big thing for me. And I will always pick up one author that I've loved previously. So I'll look at my Goodreads reviews and look at that. And then I will always pick up at least one or two authors that I've never heard of.
That's a really good tip, actually, I think.
I love it. See, I love going to...
You always keep it, like, new and fresh.
Yeah, so I go to the library and I literally look through the bookshelves and I will pick up a book purely either on the sleeve or on the front cover, and then I will look at the back. And if it gets me by that, then that's it, you've got me. And I'm definitely trying to expand my genres and trying different kinds of books now because I think it's really interesting.
Now, another question we've got on here is, what character would you say your sibling reminds you of, and why? So, shall I start?
Yeah, you start.
So my one, I've picked like two characters. She kind of, because I've just finished reading Little Women, so obviously this is in my head. I feel like she kind of reminds me of the big sister Meg from Little Women. Like because like Meg is quite like sensible and kind of, she's sensible. She's kind of like she's sensible, but she's kind of. It's really hard to explain. She's sensible, but she's kind of romantic. She kind of romanticizes situations, and which is definitely very her. And so she's crossed with a mix of Meg / now this is, wait for this one, Professor Trelawney. Now Professor Trelawney from Harry Potter. So you guys all know who that is. She's like the wacky professor, and Emily is really funny, and she's a little bit wacky, and I just love that about her. And I think, well, I don't know, because probably runs in the family, we're all a bit wacky. So that I don't know. So those are the two characters that kind of come to mind when I was thinking of a character that reminds me. But yeah.
Okay, now Charlie's mentioned the Harry Potter one, I'm going to mix in one of that. I personally love Beth from The Christmas Sisters. That was a really good book. Sarah Morgan, that was a really good book. And it's the way, like, she starts off the book that she's all about her family, and she starts off, like, being about her two children, and she's a stay-at-home mum and everything like that. And then she wants to broaden her horizons. She goes off and does something herself. And to me, like, I'm very proud of my little sister because when she started doing this channel and everything, she's really started, like, doing things for herself and not just being about her children. I think it's been lovely seeing you develop and seeing you come through on that. And then the other funny side of it is definitely she's Hermione Granger from Harry Potter.
I am not Hermione.
In some ways you are, because she...
not.
No, do you know why?
I would say I'm more Luna than Hermione.
Luna a bit, but no, there's something about Hermione which I think is the way Hermione is with the two boys, because growing up Charlie was a big tomboy, and now she loved, like, climbing trees, getting in there with the boys and doing all things like that, and she's
that sounds
really
a bit wrong.
Yeah, but definitely being a real tomboy and being adventurous. And Charlie is what she doesn't admit to everyone is that she's very adventurous, and she will give as good as she gets, and she fights for people she cares about.
I definitely do.
And the loyalty of Hermione to me is what makes Charlie smile, because Hermione's like the most loyalist girl, and she stands up for her family and her friends.
She's very sweet. Right.
Yeah.
So, then look, we're going to finish up. Well, no, we're not going to finish up because we've still got 2 books to recommend. Should we do a quick funny story? Just a quick one, because we don't want it to go on. Yeah. My funny story is digging to Australia. So I'm sure as all kids, when you're we didn't actually dig to Australia, but when you were little, and when you're digging holes, and every single time we would go out and we would be digging holes so deep, and I really always wanted to get to Australia because we used to watch Neighbours and Home and Away, obviously growing up, and I don't know why, but we were convinced that somehow if we carried on digging that we would get to Australia. But every single night we'd do that, and then every single morning every single night my dad would fill the hole in again, and then we'd start all over again every single day. And we do this repeatedly, wouldn't we?
Yeah. Do we mention the time that we actually left Vicky down there? We left
that was on purpose.
Down there. we left Vicky
making us sound really horrible.
That was quite funny. To me, my funniest memory is of when we used to share a bedroom, obviously, growing up a lot. And me and Charlie have both got very good imaginations, and we created a life in the loft. Yeah. We pretended we had 2 children, Rosie and Jim. I also had a daughter called Rosie. She had a son called Jim. We had a little family.
A husband called Jim.
Yeah.
Didn't I marry someone called Jim?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, we certainly had a family in the loft, and every night we'd make up these stories in our heads, and there was the stories in the loft, and that was how we'd go to sleep, like talking about things like that, and it was brilliant.
That's so funny. Right, should we get on with the books we're going to recommend?
Yes, definitely.
So I've got 2 books. I've got loads of books I've actually given to her, but
we'll show you that in a minute.
Which we'll flash them. We won't talk about them too much. There were 2. So the book I'm going to recommend my sister is The House with Chicken Legs by Sophie Anderson. This is such a wonderful book. It's a magical realism, because she's just read a book kind of with magical realism and stuff inside it. And this is about Marinka, who dreams of a normal life, but she can't get that life because she lives in a house with chicken legs, and every single night, the house just gets up and moves periodically, so she struggles to make friends. This is about so many themes that are deeper than just the surface of what it sounds like. It deals with grief, friendship, so many other elements. It's just wonderful, so beautifully written, and so excited for her to definitely...
Can't wait to read this. This is one I've been desperate to borrow off her, so yay!
And then another one, which you guys will all know about, so I'm not going to talk about it, but I think that this is for my sister. This is called Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. Oh my gosh, this was one of my favourite books of the year. I would have had the chicken legs as well, but I didn't include any middle grade in my top year's books. Yeah, this is so wonderful. And you guys all know what this is about, and I'm sure Emily knows what it's about because she's heard me talk about it. So yeah, Eleanor Oliphant, this is one I'm going to enter.
Yeah, here we go. The Wedding Price. Now, it is a bit chitty, but it's really good. It's about families. Now, to me, like I said, families is like my key love. I hope you like it. I really loved it because it's about... she's got 2 children, and how they go off and they find themselves, and they go on their various journeys. But this lady, oh my god, she is absolutely... There we go. Sorry for putting my face now. But it's about Spanish as well, because it's about foreign, and I think she would love it. There is another book I'm going to lend her, which I haven't got a picture of it, but it's really, really good, and that's Finding Mr. Flood, and I think she would love that one as well.
Oh, that's exciting.
But this one, it's really good. It's not
It's definitely out of my comfort zone.
Definitely.
But I will give it a go.
I think it's a challenge, and but like I said, it is way more than it looks like.
Alright, and then we'll quickly flash you the ones that's on...
That one?
This one I'm giving to her because I haven't got round to reading it, and I don't even remember what it's about, so then I think, well, because I'm trying to remove things from my shelves as well. If she really, really likes it, I probably will borrow it to read it. I don't think I've even read it. But yeah, it says bad girls. Some stars are born to go supernova. When they crash to Earth, the fallout is explosive.
Wow. Oh, this is all I'm desperate for.
The Wild Embers. You guys, I've talked about this last year to death. This is a poetry collection by Nikita Gill. It's very empowering. It's beautiful prose.
Nikita Gill earlier. We said about that.
Oh yeah, Nikita Gill is probably actually that's an author that I would auto buy. So yeah, should I not include that?
I definitely wanted that. We've got this one here, the Guernsey one.
Yeah. The Guernsey Literary Potato Peel Pie Society. You've heard me talk about this constantly. It was a beautiful book, a beautiful story. The film was lovely as well. So
that one's no.
The Longest Ride. I'm giving this to her because I did enjoy this, but I think Nicola. Oh dear, sorry, I'm so sorry, darling. I did enjoy this, but it wasn't my favourite, and the ending, the payoff at the end was really, really worth it. But I found it kind of dragged a bit, and there were like, I don't know, it wasn't for me necessarily, even though I do think it was a good book, and I think Emily would enjoy the writing of this.
This is the one I loved. Sinead. I have read one of her books, and it was about the sisters, and I absolutely loved it because, obviously, like I said, it's a big thing with me at the moment. It's family reads, so I really like the sound of this one. Yeah. I really like that.
And then ultimately,
this is the last one. The Roald Dahl. I love Roald Dahl. Growing up, that was a big thing.
He was
for
a
me.
massive thing in most of our families. And I think, like most of you guys, a lot of you would have had Roald Dahl. But he also wrote some adult literature, which is what this is.
And that's what I've been desperate to try. Like I said, today is about learning.
I think he wrote 4 other books. So we've got Madness, Lust, Deception and Cruelty. And obviously, so this is one. I think I've got 2. So I've got 2. I've got this one and I've got Lust.
Yeah, I think I wanted to also read the history of Roald Dahl at some point. That his autobiography.
A biography, yeah. Anyway, so thank you, Emily, for coming onto my channel.
Thank you, Charlie, for
love you lots. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know. I don't know. I'm trying to think what I could get you to talk to me about. Sisters, let me know about your families. Tell me, have you got any kooky people in your family?
Definitely kooky.
And any books that you can recommend my sister, maybe, hearing what she likes. Take care, everybody. I post videos on Wednesdays and Sundays, so if you're new to my channel, that is when you'll find me. Bye-bye from me, and bye-bye from her. Bye! Bye!